Hello again and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse and I am back for kind of a unique video. Not even sure what playlist I'm going to put this under. But I didn't really want to make this video, but at the same time I think it's kind of an important topic to cover. And I hope that this video will help developers with a few ideas until there is a true solution to this problem. And two, I just want to try to inform other gamers, other players about a increasing concern that I've been having over the past short while. And the issue is that for some PC games, so for a long time there has been things where you'll install a PC game and it'll install some sort of either anti-cheat software or anti-copy protection. I know people really have been hating on Denuvo for quite some time because it seems to slow down people's machines and whatnot. But I've seen a lot more games, at least maybe it just happens invisibly, but until recently we just didn't know any better. But lately I've encountered a few games where, in addition to installing the PC game, and it doesn't matter what platform, it could be Steam, could be Epic, could be Ubisoft Connect we got up here, but the games will come with some type of anti-cheat software, like BattleEye or Easy Anti-Cheat, I guess, are a couple of them. And unfortunately, doesn't matter what your specs are on your system. You know, I'm rocking a Core i7 and 64 gigs of RAM and RTX 4070 Ti. My machine will run these games no problem. SSD. But these games are starting to not be able to run because it is forcing you, it wants to also install some driver that is needed for these anti-cheat programs. Now I get it. If you are a developer or even like as a gamer, you know, I've played multiplayer games where you are pretty sure that there might be some cheaters. And that's never fun. You know, you're constantly getting instantly wrecked. It just ruins the fun for everyone. So I totally get it. I get it. However, currently I've been doing a lot of research on this the last few weeks, and it seems like the only fix as of right now is to disable actual kernel level hardware security. Now, I should also mention this is a Windows 11 thing. I don't know if this is happening in Windows 10. I don't have a Windows 10 machine really up and running anymore to test it, but it's a Windows 11 thing, and it, like I said, the recommendation is it wants you to disable actual kernel hardware level security. Now, like I said, I get the fact that, you know, you don't want people cheating, and I don't want that as a player either. But to me, you really shouldn't need kernel level access just so deeply embedded into the operating system just to play a game. That worries me a little bit. So, you know, I'll show you, like, what happens is I've got the Crew Motorfest up here, and I've been trying to run this. I've been wanting to play this. I've been wanting to review it for a while. But every time I run it, it's thinking about it. But yeah, see, so I get this error telling me that I get this error code that it will not run without this game. Same thing, I got this cool sounding arcade football game. I've been wanting a cool arcade football game. I miss NFL Blitz. I miss NFL 2K. And this looks really cool. But again, so here's another piece of anti-cheat software Same thing. The game tries to run in the background, but it will not run. And I get an error, poof. So I'm not able to run it. So, and I do also want to just put a disclaimer or a note, but I also want to thank both Ubisoft and the developer of Wildcard Football here. I did receive codes for both games, and I would absolutely love to play them, but I just can't bring myself to, especially with the way the world is right now, with all the crazy stuff. You hear about malware, you hear about just anything that that can happen to your computer, viruses and anything else. I'm not willing to disable, because I don't even know fully what this hardware level security does. I mean, I read about it. I kind of get a base level, but I'm not even going to try to explain it here. But I'm not willing to sacrifice my system integrity, my system security, just to play a game. And I think what really needs to happen is, I think on like the Windows level, Microsoft level, there needs to be some sort of, I don't know if it has to be like some sort of like a driver signature, like a signed driver thing, or some sort of whitelist to say, hey, these are legit companies, these BattlEye, this easy anti-cheat software. These need to be natively let through, so they are allowed to operate. That needs to happen sooner rather than later, because I think that this type of thing is going to be happening a lot more, especially for games that have multiplayer as part of their game. Now, until then, here's a recommendation that I would love to see patched into some of these games. I think you should be able to launch the game, especially if the game has, and both of these do, Wildcard Football here and the Crew Motorfest have single player components. You should be able to launch the game, and maybe the first thing that you see, maybe even before the game launches, to say, hey, if you launch this, here's the situation. This driver thing for our anti-cheat software isn't working right now. You have two choices. You can go in and disable this hardware security thing. Maybe put a link out to how to do it or whatever. Or like sometimes I'll see a button that just says disable this hardware security feature. Or you can play the single player, but we're not going to let you play online for now. And I would totally be okay, and I would prefer the option to be able to play single player, solo, offline stuff. It's kind of like the same ridiculous crap for games like Diablo 4, where if you want to play solo, you can't. You have to be online. It's kind of a similar type of thing. It's like, okay, again, you don't want people to cheat and whatever, game the system, fair. But like having an always online for multiplayer, or these anti-cheat requirements just to get into the single player, I don't like that, because some people will be willing to disable this security feature of Windows, and it may not be a super big deal, but I would hate to be wrong and have something happen. So I really am not comfortable disabling major security features, especially ones that I really fully don't understand, just to play a game. So if someone sees this from Microsoft, would love to hear some more information about whether or when this type of feature will be fixed so that games can run with these types of anti-cheat programs. But in the meantime, anyone who is using this anti-cheat software, Ubisoft, any indie developer, AAA developer, just allow the ability to at least have someone play the game offline. Because then it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if you're playing local multiplayer, if people want to cheat and, cheat while they fight each other, whatever. But, online, sure, I get it. But that would be the temporary fix, and I highly encourage, if at all possible, for developers to do this until there is an official Windows 11 fix to hopefully fix this issue once and for all. So that is kind of my my PSA for today. I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to give some constructive feedback and vent a little frustration, offer some possible ideas for fixes. And I hope this does help other players who might be encountering similar frustrations as I am, because, like I said, I do thank both developers for the review key. I would love to, and I fully intend to cover both of these games once I am able. But until some kind of workaround comes out, I will have to hold off for now. Thanks to everybody, and I hope this video was helpful. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, Twitter/X at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally-cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. Until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.